Hey everybody, it's Jennifer and Matt. We're back here in the Discovery Kitchen, and we talked before about reading food labels, which has to do with processed foods. But today we're going to talk a little bit more about whole foods and how to make whole foods cooking easy. What do you think?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's very important to make healthy food convenient because that's important these days.
Great.
So what did you bring me from the store?
I brought you vegetables because
Awesome.
Vegetables tend to be, I think, when people are trying to prepare a meal where they can really run into a time crunch. So I thought we'd talk a little bit about vegetable prep and what you can do when you get home from the grocery store to really make your life easy and make healthy eating convenient.
And that's the trick right there. What you want to do is you want to go to the store once or twice a week, get your fresh produce, but just don't come home and put it in the refrigerator, because then every day of the meal, every day of the week, you have to come home and you have to cut it up, and you have to get out the cutting board, and you have to get out the salad spinner or whatever. But if you take care of this as soon as you get home, you can process it easily, package it, put it in the refrigerator, and it's grab and go every day of the week. So.
Exactly. So I think one thing that we're going to talk about is Matt's going to show you how to prep your vegetables, but the thing to keep in mind is really thinking ahead for what you want to prepare for the next day. So you're not starting entirely from scratch every time you step into the kitchen.
Right. So Jennifer came in with a variety of vegetables. It's what we encourage. Get organic whenever possible, and then you always want to wash your vegetables before you prep them. So one of my favorite ways to deal with leafy greens, here's a head of lettuce, but it could be the mesclun mix, it could be collard greens, kale, anything that you can think of along those lines. It's a real simple method. I like using a water bath, and what I do is I'll just get rid of the core here real quick, and then you just take the leaves and literally put them in a nice bath of water. Now you want to use a nice big bowl and nice cold water. You can clean out your sink and use your sink. That works really well. But you just want this to sit in there and let all the dirt fall off. If you think that you're going to put your salad or greens in a colander and spray it and get it off, it's really not the best way. This is very good. And it's also a really good way to rehydrate your vegetables. If you get that lettuce that's been sitting in the refrigerator and it's getting a little limp, if you put it in some really cold water in a water bath and let it sit for a few minutes, it crisps back up a little bit.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit in here a little bit, and you want to dunk it and just kind of lift it and let the dirt fall off. And then eventually what you want to do is you want to get it dry. And the best way to get it dry is in a salad spinner. And the salad spinner will not only remove the water, but this is a great way to store your vegetables in the refrigerator because it keeps them from laying down on the bottom of a container and lets air circulate all the way around. So.
Also great to know for vegetable storage, if you don't have a salad spinner or you don't want to keep your salad spinner in the fridge, if you just take a large baggie and put a paper towel in, the paper towel will actually absorb the extra moisture from the vegetable, which tends to be why vegetables go bad.
Right.
So if you have the paper towel in, generally, what do you think? Pre-cut vegetables, about 5 to 7 days, right?
Easily, definitely. Especially if you're buying local or organic, you'll get maximum freshness out of that and they'll last very long.
Yep, so wash them, chop them, plastic bag with a paper towel, and you're good for about a week.
Right, so we're going to let this sit in there before we go to the spinner. Now what we have here is we've got some nice broccoli, some celery, some red pepper, some carrots. Now what I like to think about this and what I do in my home is I come home from the grocery store and I'll prep all this stuff and get it ready to go into a container, much like this. Simply from the standpoint that when you're coming home from those busy days with the kids and they're hungry, all you have to do is take out the container and it's ready to go. And what works in my house always is that if you've got a busy lifestyle and the kids are really hungry and they're doing this and they're doing a really good job at eating these vegetables, you don't have to really worry about feeding them more vegetables at dinner time.
Exactly. So it takes the pressure off at dinner. So you just focus on the protein and the carbohydrate at dinner. You've already got the vegetables down since they ate them for snacks, and you're good. Life's easy.
Absolutely. So, I get the red peppers prepped. I just cut them, get the top off, remove the seeds. And then what I can do is start cutting this into strips, like so.
Great, and kids love red pepper. A lot of times kids hear the word pepper and they think spicy, so it's really important when you're serving red pepper to let the kids know it's nice and sweet.
And then carrots, if you want to peel them, go right ahead. And then the best thing to do there, and these all keep really, really well, believe it or not, in the refrigerator. So get it cut like this. And then you can cut it into different size sticks as you wish. And again, you can just put it into a container right into the refrigerator. If you just take 15-20 minutes every time you come home from the store, you do this once, and you won't have to do it again tomorrow or the next day. It saves a lot of time, makes it convenient. You can even pre-cook some of these things. So I mentioned collard greens. So say you came home and you prepped your collard greens, you chopped it up, you can saute them, get them all cooked, get them into the refrigerator, and then you have a nice pile of ready-to-go greens. Makes it very convenient and very healthy.
Great tip. So just remember that whole foods cooking and whole foods preparation for food doesn't have to be time-consuming every single day. With just a few quick steps when you get home, you'll be good to go for the week. Thank you. We'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.